wow, wow, my beautiful ones. This can be a tough day for some of us. Well, a lot of us. Welcome, welcome, all you new ones. Hello, hello, my beautiful ones. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Cindy. I am the modern day spiritual advisor. I use multiple modalities, including tarot, to help you on your path. And now the author of my upcoming book series, Concepts Create Reality. So, my gorgeous ones, let me know if you can hear me well. I had to switch my mics. A lot of you don't know because this is a newer channel. I am sponsored by IK Multimedia. I'll do a video with them and talk more about them, but I use all of their equipment. So, so I just switched out my iRig mic or iRig mic Lav. Yeah. So I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. So we'll talk about this in just a second. I know a lot of people say, well, you can go on and talk and talk and talk, right? Well, yeah, I can. That's because when I'm channeling and there's stuff to say, I have to say it all. I do. I feel like that. Like, y'all don't understand spirit. Well, some of you do because you channel. But spirit and well, I call them spirit. Spirit, your guides, your angels. Like, they're not bound by space-time. We are. So sometimes, they can just go on forever. So I apologize. Have some patience. There are people that really need to get a message. It may be just one phrase that they're needing to hear. And that's why sometimes I'll say something that's really off from what we're really talking about. But that's because that person needed to hear that, or some people needed to hear that, or the bigger group needed to hear that. So, I want to let you guys know that I do have the link to this tarot deck. I'm an influencer with, I'm trying to think of their name. I'm an influencer with Amazon. Sorry about that, Amazon. I'm an influencer with Amazon, so they gave me my own page. I'm not the only one. There are many YouTubers, but they gave me my own page. And so on my page, I put things that I use, things that I've tested, I've bought, I use. And so, if ever you're looking for like the salt baths, the salt gels, the tarot decks that I use, you can go look at that. And all my links are down below. So that reminds me into the next thing. Jupiter has moved into Scorpio. And if you wanted to know what house it's moved into for your sign, I have the links below so that you can look at the video where I explain it. Now, it is a longer video and I apologize, but again, Spirit had a lot to say and I was teaching as well. So what's the next thing? Oh, so I don't know if you guys know this. San Diegans are kind of strange like this, and that's why I live in San Diego, because I'm kind of weird like that too. But Halloween is coming up, right? And Halloween in San Diego, like when I came to San Diego many, many years ago, I was like, yes, these are my people. Because Halloween is like one of the biggest, if not the biggest days in San Diego. Like, everybody dresses up and everybody's getting prepared 2 weeks before or 3 weeks before. And like, it's just a huge, I think it's bigger than New Year's Eve in like the party scene or the going out scene or the, any of that. Like, it's just a huge thing here. It's well, of course, then we have Comic-Con, right? So that's kind of San Diegans. We're kind of strange like that, or weird like that, or eccentric like that, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, getting back to why I'm saying this, because I love, love, love Halloween. I love that everybody dresses up. I love the energy about it. And I know that we're going into the celebratory months with Halloween and then Thanksgiving and then Christmas. So I wanted to do something to let you guys know that I appreciate you, that I love each and every one of you. And I thank you so very much for watching me every day and for listening to me and for listening to Spirit through me and for giving me the opportunity. I feel your hearts and I feel your energy, and I'm so, so humbled and honored. And so what I'd like to do, and I've already put it up on my website, so if some of you have looked at my website, you've probably already ordered it. But I'm going to a lot of people have been asking or saying that, you know, they're really saving so that they can see me. Well, I wanted to make it a little bit more available. I wanted to make myself a little bit more available. So what I've done is gone back to um, I'm going to do tarot readings for 30 minutes for $60, or you can do an hour for $120. Now, that is like a big, huge discount if you've seen, yeah, if you've seen my services. So, but I wanted to do that. So you have from now until the end of October to order this and schedule. So as soon as you order, I'll email you back, and then we'll schedule and put you on my schedule. So you can go to Your Indigo Path 2, that's the number 2.com. And again, all the descriptions, all the links are in the description box below. So I know some of you have been like really, really trying to see me. And I know with these winter months and the celebratory months coming through, you know, I just wanted to make myself a little bit more available to you guys. So I wanted to thank you. I want to thank you for every day watching me. All right, so let's get to this. So sorry. So this can be a really, really hard day. Let's take a look at this. It's going to work like this. For those of you that have never seen me, I'm going to go into the general energies. I'm going to translate what Spirit says. They want to remind you it is always up to you whether you want to accept and allow or deny these energies. That's kind of up to you in your path. We have free will. As to the timeline, it can vary. This is dependent on which path you've taken and where you are on that path. So, this is your first position today. So, the Nine of Swords, it's a beautiful card, as ominous as it kind of looks. I think this whole deck is beautiful. It's why I use it. So, sorry. So the Nine of Swords is about, it's about your feeling and being in a situation or being in a phase of life or being just today, like looking around you and being in a phase or a situation where you're like, I had no control and everything just blew up. Like my world was one way and now it's this. And what do I do? What do I do? In the traditional deck, this card, the woman is with the swords, is thought to be in a situation where, she, you know, way back in the old days where her husband was lost and her father was lost and her brother was lost. And so she had no one, you know, and this was in a day and age where women couldn't do much. So she's sort of stuck in this, what do I do? I have no protectors. What am I supposed to do? Right. And so she has to like grind and get out of her comfort zone, get out of, and then, but in that she discovers that she is a whole person, that she can do for herself, right? And so this may be the way that you are feeling today. Now, when this card comes up, this is a feeling. It can be physical around you, like some of you have lost loved ones. Some of you have lost, you know, people that you've lived with or was your romantic partner, your love life, you know, your lover for life. You've been with them for, you know, I mean, for myself, 20 years and then they're gone, right? So or it could be a situation where you've done everything and all of a sudden, you know, one thing, a health issue or something comes up and then your whole world just changes, right? And so this is what you're feeling today. You're sort of taking a look at that. Now, when this card comes up, this is about your ego. It's about you understanding, not being able to control everything. Now, you can control the world around you, right? You can. And I teach that with manifestation, and I teach that with spiritual advising. You can control the world that you create, right? But what are you creating? When you're co-creating, when there's another human being, when there's another soul involved, that's different. That's co-creating. But the world that you're creating around you. And so when this card comes up, it's a reminder and it's a lesson that you can't control other people, but you can control your situation. So you have to put your ego in balance. And this is where I talk about ego. Ego is not a bad thing. Ego just needs to be in balance. Now, when ego is out of balance, it's you trying to control other people, you trying to control things that you're not supposed to control, because not because you can't, when I'm not talking about co-creating, but because you really didn't want it that way, right? And so with this card, it's just about putting your ego back in balance and saying, you know what, I'm going to be open to the universe. I know this sucks and I'm really scared and I don't know what to do and I've tried everything and this really sucks and I don't like feeling this way, but I'm going to trust that I am part of the bigger energy, that I am part of the bigger soul, that I am part of humanity, that I am part of spirit, that I am part of God, that I am part of oneness, that I am part of the angels. I'm going to trust that. And I'm going to trust that they are trying to let me know which way I'm supposed to go. So I'm just going to be open to receiving whatever comes my way as I think about the way that I want things to be, because that's going to move us in the direction that you want to move in, right? Which brings me to their advice, which is the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords, if you look at the Nine of Swords, he's lying down on a sword, but it's in the universe. You see how it's in the universe? This is telling you, this is what Spirit is saying. There are some situations that at this moment you cannot control the way that you want to control them. So this is not time for you to go and think about other people the way that they're going to think about you, or what other people say, or their biases. This is about you coming to your center, to the universe, to your center. This is about you finding the answers within. But in order to do that, you have to come to center. How do you come to center? Because some people have asked me, how do you do that? You do that by resting. You do that by meditating. You do that by, some of you meditate in a way. Meditation doesn't always mean let's sit lotus style and think about it. Meditation, a lot of people run and they get into that state. Some people like play tennis or work out. I work out. I play tennis. Some people like, there are different things. Some people are with their families and as they're cooking, you know, they get into that state. Some people bake to get into that state. Whatever that state is where you can relax, come to center, and you start hearing and you start feeling and you start, I mean, like, look at Einstein. Used to do this all the time. He'd look out the window or he'd go for a walk, and that's where he came up with his great, you know, ideas. That's because he had this connection. By the way, he was a Pisces, so he had this connection. So he had this, he didn't call it that, but he had this way of going into that state and receiving the messages that are already there. So they're saying the information is already within you. The outcome, the results, the ideas, the way that you're going to do things, it's already within you, right? It is. You just have to come back to center and listen and hear and receive, accept and allow, right? That's their advice. If there's a situation that you cannot, there's like, I don't see anything in sight, and this is for a lot of you. This is for a lot of you. If you're saying, I don't see an end in sight, I don't know what to do, come back to center. Relax and connect. Go play, go work out, go for a walk, go read a book, go something. Do something that's going to help you relax. That's their advice. The outcome is the Four of Coins, and we're dealing with 4, 4, and 9, right? The outcome is the Four of Coins. The Four of Coins is someone who has received these gifts, resources, the physical plane. So you see this man, you see his coins, that he received these through work and through inheritance. But it was because of the inheritance, he's not even spending it. He's keeping the key around his neck. Because when you inherit, because some of you are asking, why can't I just have what I'm saying that I want? You are going to have what you're saying that you want, but you have to be responsible. Remember, Jupiter has now moved into Scorpio. You have to be responsible for the things that are coming to you, for the positions, for that $1 million company, for that $1 billion a year that you want, for the for the love of your life that you want. If you are not responsible, if it was just dropped in your lap today, for those of you that don't have that, if it was just dropped in your lap today, what would you do with it? Because then you have bigger problems, then you have other decisions. And if you are not studied, and I'm talking about studied in life and experience, if you are not studied, if you do not have the experience, it's going to be gone just as fast as it came. And that's what you're being prepared for, so that you understand that the universe is here to support you. The God, oneness, they do want to give you these things. But from your higher self in you, your higher self understands. If I was just to give you that right now, you wouldn't know what to do with it. You wouldn't be able to handle the pressure, because some of you can't even let go of what no longer serves you, so that you can bring the energy of this in. And so this is what it's coming to. You're about to get to that point when you receive those benefits, and a lot of you are. It's like right there, we have Jupiter changing, and Jupiter's expanding that next house for you. And you've worked really hard in this other house for this last year with Libra. Now we're going into Scorpio, where it's going to be deep, right? And so they're preparing you for when you get this, so that you understand the flow of money, the flow of energy, the flow of life. That yes, if I have $1 million and my company is doing well, I've got to be able to make decisions right away. If I have the love of my life come in, if somebody I have come in who really appreciates me, who really is like so opposite of what I've ever dated or what I ever had in my life, if they come in, I don't want to be in the habit of, well, what are they doing wrong? I know something's going to go wrong, because that's what usually happens. That's what they're preparing you for that not to happen. All right, my gorgeous ones. I love you, love you, love you. I'm sending you lots of love and light. We are going to get through this. I want to thank you so very much for watching. It helps me so much when you subscribe, when you share, when you like, and when you comment. Have a wonderful day. Bye.